So, there I was, thinking I had the perfect plan for the day. I mean, really, it was going to be legendary. ID mapped it out like a general planning a mission. Wake up at a reasonable hour. Grab some breakfast. Hit the local arcade with a couple of friends. Maybe sneak in some ice cream after. The kind of day that feels normal at first glance, but underneath, you just know something ridiculous is about to happen. I didn't realize it yet, but by the end of the afternoon, the whole plan would turn into a completely different story than what I'd imagined. It started with the wake-up. Not the ideal wake-up, of course. I overslept. Big shocker. Instead of being energized and ready to take on the day, I rolled out of bed with one eye half open and my hair looking like a bird had nested in it. But I shrugged it off. No worries, I told myself. The plan is flexible. Breakfast was going to fix everything. So I stumble into the kitchen, hoping for something quick and satisfying. But of course, the milk was sour. Scrambled eggs? Out. Toast. Burnt. Somehow, the only edible thing left was a solitary banana, slightly bruised, looking at me like, "Yeah, this is all you got." I sighed, peeled it, and considered it a win. By the time I texted my friends, they were already on their way. "Ready for the arcade," I messaged. I got the usual emojis back. Thumbs up, fire, the works. I figured everything was back on track. So I threw on some clothes, grabbed my backpack, and left. Simple, easy, done. But here's the first twist. Halfway to the arcade, my phone dies. Completely dead. Not a warning, not a battery, low notification, nothing. Just dead. I realized this meant no maps, no communication, no updates from my friends. I laughed nervously and thought, it's fine. I know where I'm going. I did not. I took a wrong turn almost immediately. Ended up in this tiny alley I didn't even know existed, and found myself looking at a street mural I couldn't even describe without laughing. Giant cats on skateboards. I was mesmerized for a second. Took a photo, then realized I had no idea how to get back to the main street. Eventually, I made it to the arcade door at least. I thought I did. The building was there, the neon lights were on, but when I walked in, it was empty, dead silent. Not a single soul, no arcade machines buzzing, no laughter, nothing. My heart sank. I checked the address 3 times. Yup, the arcade was supposed to be here. I thought maybe it was a private event or something, but then I noticed a sign on the door. Closed for renovation. Closed. Completely. My perfectly planned arcade day, gone in an instant. At this point, my friends finally texted me from their location. They'd gotten to the other arcade, the one I had originally meant to go to, but I had somehow missed the memo. I laughed through my frustration. Of course, I muttered, but I was determined not to let this ruin the day. I could still salvage something fun, so I decided to improvise. I wandered down the street, looking for anything resembling entertainment, and that's when I stumbled upon a tiny hole-in-the-wall place that advertised mystery challenges. Enter, if you dare. Normally, I would have walked past without a second thought, but something about today made me think, why not? I texted my friends, hoping they'd join me. They hesitated at first, skeptical, but eventually agreed. As we entered, the air inside was thick with a mix of excitement and weird smells I couldn't quite place. It was dimly lit, with strings of colored lights dangling from the ceiling. A man in a top hat greeted us and handed us each a card. "Welcome to the challenge," he said mysteriously. "You have 1 hour to complete your tasks. Fail, and, well, let's see what happens." My friends exchanged nervous glances, and I felt that familiar mix of thrill and panic creeping in. This was way different than the casual arcade day I had envisioned. The first challenge was simple enough. Solve a riddle to unlock a box. My friend Emily jumped in, solving it almost instantly, and the box popped open to reveal a small key. Not too bad, I thought, feeling my confidence rise. But the next challenge, not so simple. We were instructed to balance across a series of narrow planks suspended above something. I couldn't see the floor. I was terrified, and my friends were wobbling like newborn giraffes. Somehow, we all made it across, but I was sweating bullets. My plan of chill arcade vibes long gone. Halfway through, things got really weird. The challenges became stranger and more unpredictable. We had to act out a scene from a random movie, guess songs that weren't really songs, and perform a trust walk, where one person was blindfolded and the others had to guide them through a maze made of furniture. I was laughing, screaming, and occasionally bumping into people, but somehow all the chaos was keeping us energized. The day had completely shifted, yet it was more fun than I could have imagined. Then came the moment that almost broke us. The final challenge. We were led into a pitch-black room and told to find the golden token, which was hidden somewhere inside. The rules were simple: no phones, no flashlights, only your instincts. We were terrified, stumbling over chairs, bumping into walls, tripping over each other. Laughter and panic blended in a weird, perfect mix. Then, out of nowhere, someone Emily again shouted, "I got it," and held up a tiny golden token, grinning from ear to ear. The rest of us were relieved, exhausted, and laughing so hard we couldn't stand straight. We exited the room, sweaty, sticky, and victorious, and that's when we realized the day wasn't ruined at all. It wasn't the arcade, it wasn't the ice cream, it wasn't the original plan. It was something different, something completely unexpected, something better than we could have imagined. We had stumbled into a chaotic, hilarious adventure that none of us would forget. And that S, when it hit me, the lesson of the day was indeed about sticking to a plan. It was about rolling with the punches, embracing the unexpected, and finding joy in the weird, ridiculous turns life throws at you. On our way home, we grabbed snacks from a corner store, nothing fancy, just chips and soda, and sat in the park nearby, recapping every moment, every mistake, every laugh. We couldn't stop talking about how much we had laughed, how terrified we had been, and how absurd the challenges were. And I realized something. The best days aren't the ones that go according to plan. They're the ones where you let go, embrace the chaos, and somehow, through a mix of luck, courage, and sheer nonsense, it all works out in a way you never expected. So here's my message for you. Next time your carefully laid plans start to unravel, don't panic. Don't stress. Instead, lean into it. Because sometimes the most memorable, fun, and ridiculous experiences happen when things go completely off script. Trust me. One day you'll look back and laugh at how different it all turned out. You'll realize that the unexpected detours were the best part all along. Now it's your turn. Have you ever had a day where nothing went as planned, yet it turned out to be incredible anyway? Drop your story in the comments, hit that like button if you've ever embraced the unexpected, and subscribe for more chaotic, hilarious adventures that prove the best memories aren't the ones you plan, the ones that surprise you.